Pleasure to be here. Thanks for hanging in here. I guess last but not least, I'm the CEO and director of Northstar, and it's my pleasure to tell you our story. Lead off with the obligatory cautionary statement. I will be making some forward-looking statements. So Northstar is listed on the CSE and the OTCQB, and we have a focus on gold exploration and development in prolific Kirkland Lake region of northeastern Ontario. Our strategy is to develop a plus 1 million ounce resource at our 100% owned Miller Gold property, which is 18 kilometers southeast of Kirkland Lake. Northstar spent more than $4 million in exploration at Miller since doing our IPO in late 2019, resulting in the discovery and expansion of a near-surface allied cyanide gold zone with numerous 70 to 750 gold gram meter drill hole intercepts. I'd like to start off with this. It's my favorite slide. Earlier last year, these are the results of our first hole that we drilled on the allied cyanide, hole 56. We got a 6.6 grams per ton over 117 meters, and that is provided mostly by 4 significant high-grade gold hits, one being 1.17 kilos over half a meter. So we clearly have Kirkland-style telluride gold high-grade mineralization, but we also have some very broad lower-grade intervals. That is our primary exploration focus. Subsequent to that hole, we announced almost a year later in March, results from hole 70, which is a 60-meter step out from hole 56, and where we got 4 grams per ton over 50.6 meters with a higher grade interval of 7.7 grams per ton over 24 meters, which was confined to the historic number 1 vein. So Northstar's getting into the properties. Prior to going public by way of IPO, the company operated on a private basis primarily in the Kirkland Lake region of northeastern Ontario. Our flagship property, as I mentioned, is the Miller Gold property. It's 18 kilometers southeast of Kirkland Lake, and it also includes the recently acquired Searles property. Northstar's got 4 other properties that I'm not going to be able to talk about at all because of the time limitations, but these include the nearby Rosegrove property. It's a gold property adjacent to Miller. Bryce Gold property, which includes a recent Bricana lease option, and a Milestone copper nickel cobalt property, which is about 65 kilometers to the south. On the share structure side of things, Northstar's got 56.6 million shares out, 73.2 million on a fully diluted basis. 8% of our shares are held by management and insiders. Our market cap's less than $10 million, like most juniors these days, and our cash position is around $700,000. Focusing in on the Kirkland Lake district, there's more than 25 million ounces of gold have been produced over the last 100 years or so from 7 mines in the Kirkland Lake district. Northstar's Miller property is 18 kilometers southeast of Agnico Eagle's Macassa mine and Kirkland Lake, the town of Kirkland Lake. The district is still very actively explored, and there's a lot of exploration activity from majors and juniors alike. It was the site of the recent amalgamation of Agnico Eagle and Kirkland Lake Gold, and more recently Mag Silver doing an all-share purchase offer to acquire Gatling Exploration. So there's a lot going on in the area, and we're right in the middle of it all. Miller also shares a number of very important geological aspects and characteristics of Kirkland-style gold mineralization. This includes our host rocks are the same age and same type of rocks. The age of mineralization is the same, gold telluride mineralization, and the controls, these first order large faults, structural faults that channel mineralizing fluid. So the inference is that we're at Miller and at Rosegrove, we're tapping the same magmatic gold source as the Kirkland deposits. Zooming in on the property, it's 100% owned. It's 1,100 hectares. It was acquired by staking in 2012. It's centered over a 3 kilometer by 2 kilometer area of intense alkalic alteration, deformation, and metasomatism, spatially related to at least 3 cyanide stocks: the Allied, the Planet, and the Mueller, and the first order structure being the Catherine Fault that rips through the property. Mineralization occurs as sheeted high-grade gold telluride veins and near-surface bulk tonnage, porphyry-style, gold-bearing, and sulfide mineralized zones centered over these stocks. And exploration targets have been the number 1 vein, the historic number 1 vein, which we recently completed acquired the rights to through by way of an option in 2021, acquiring the Searles property, the Allied, the Planet, and the Mueller cyanides. In 2020, the company drilled 28 holes, just over 5,000 meters, testing a number of targets on the property, and also conducted a $350,000 3D IP gravity and magnetic survey on the property. Later in 2021, we conducted a 2-phase second phase of drilling and involved 22 holes, 4,485 meters, and a surface stripping mapping program during the summer months. And the results of this significantly expanded the Allied cyanide bulk tonnage gold zone. So zooming in on the Allied cyanide gold zone, you can see it's bracketed here. It's currently 8 holes were drilled in phase 2 of 2021, and significantly increasing the size of the zone. 3 holes to the north, extended about 180 meters to the north, intercepted 0.9 grams per ton over widths ranging from 30 meters, 50.6 meters to 64 meters and 81.5 meters to the north. The hole that I started off with, hole 56, is to the south of that, and that was 6.6 grams over 117 meters. And hole 70, which is 60 meter step out to the south, returned 4 grams over 50.6 meters, with a 7.7 gram per ton over a 24 meter interval that it was carried on in the number 1, the historic number 1 vein. Drilling also intersected a couple steep, high-angle veins that are possible feeder structures that could prove it to be very important in depth, continuity, and extent of mineralization on the property. So this slide illustrates a cross-section showing the nature of the mineralization. The purple is the Allied cyanide, and the flatline veins, there's a number of 6 veins now that are generally horizontal or semi-horizontal, and they're continuous, and they collectively host all the gold that is known to date on the property on the Allied cyanide. In April, just this past month, Northstar engaged Ronacher McKenzie and SRK Consulting to undertake develop tonnage and gold grade range estimates within an exploration target model for the Allied cyanide and the number 1 vein. The results of this will be used for additional drilling, targeting, and exploration. A similar story, a similar scenario exists on the Planet cyanide, which is a kilometer to the north of the Allied cyanide. Drilling in 2015 returned 0.6 grams per ton over 147.2 meters. And in 2020, we got 1.9 grams over 22.6 meters. You can see that mineralization again occurs in these semi-flatline silicified zones near the top of the Allied's top of the cyanide. And the Mueller cyanide, our 3rd cyanide, is 600 meters to the northeast, and it's only got a couple holes in it to date. And you can see that it's gold bearing as well. So we've got no shortage of targets. Cyanides work on Mueller, and we're anxious to drill them. So going forward, in the first quarter of 2022, we reported all our remaining results, and we conducted a downhole televiewer study on the Allied cyanide. this helps determine orientation of veins and structures, and helps us in laying out our future drill programs. 3D modeling is ongoing, and I mentioned we've got the exploration target study that is in progress, and that hopefully will be completed by the end of the month. And then we've got a downhole IP survey we're going to test the number of holes that were drilled just this past year, looking for sulfide mineralization, which we know carries gold, outboard of the syenite. So, and then all of this will be put together, and we want to initiate another phase of drilling here in Q2, Q3. So I hope in this short period of time that I've managed to convince you that Northstar is an exploration company of merit. Our exploration efforts at Miller have been rewarded with a great deal of success, both in high-grade mineralization as well as bulk tonnage style mineralization. We've effectively doubled the size of the allied syenite, and we're not done there. We fully we're on a deliberate path to have another meaningful step-out drill program, and hopefully drill test the Planet and the Mueller as well. So yeah, I guess with no further ado, I'll leave it at that. We're at booth 632, and if you got any questions, give me a shout. Thank you.